Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another EU console game for the Marvel Rivals Championship. It's semi-final number 2, and we have GOIDATEAM. GOIDATEAM? We're going with GOIDATEAM, because I can only just read these phonetically. That's literally all I can really do. And on the other side, we have Cookout. Loser goes down to the lower brackets, where they will be fighting for their tournament lives. The winner will make their way on to the upper bracket final, meaning they are one game away from securing their spot in the grand finals. Two best of fives, and they're in. GOIDATEAM starting out brave here. Not going to be going for a ban. Is that they have an AFK picker? Or are they doing some strategy? The less you show, the less your opponent knows. It is a legitimate strategy, but there's some incredibly big downsides to it. Maybe an AFK picker here. Cookout, they have taken out the Bruce banner. And they lock in the Hawkeye with their Hawkeye player, by the looks of it, being named Hella Hater. I just read that. Oh my god. Oh my god, these names are actually insane. We'll get to that when we introduce the players. I was about to say third ban, but I guess second ban of the one ban we have had so far for Cookout. They also don't ban. Alright. We're just going to see a very low ban game, meaning that basically everything is on the table. See ya, Jeff, going to be taken out. So this is the kind of game that I would say, like, hey, maybe these two teams know each other and have, like, coordinated, perhaps. Maybe they've banned it beforehand, and they just already know. But no way for me to tell. My chair is broken, and I can't afford to fix it. It keeps descending. I'm just slowly sinking every cast, so I have to just keep fixing it midway through. Very interesting. We're seeing a storm being hovered by Galaxy. This is, remember, a Season 0 game. Not a Season 1 game, so pre the patch. Well, we'll see if that is what they're in fact going for as we introduce our players. On the left-hand side, on defense, it is going to be GOIDATEAM with... that's a J. We're going to pronounce it like an I because that's the best I can come up with here. Rituzar is how I'm going to guess that's pronounced. They're playing the Doctor Strange. 12 is playing Wolverine. Flush 112 will be on the Hella. Tapix? Tap, we're calling him Tap, playing the Mantis. Nanako will be on the Lunar Snow, and they've come out of base with it. Galaxy Love will be playing the Storm. We do not get to see Storm very often in Season 0. In fact, I think this might be my first Storm I have seen in Season 0. That is GOIDATEAM. On the attack, it is Cookout with Bottyfish bringing out the Adam Warlock. Queenie Sin is bringing out the Mantis. D-Tank is currently in spawn, but they are playing the Doctor Strange. Hella Hater playing the Hawkeye. Fishfinger will be on that Magneto, and Flux is playing the Black Panther as the portal comes out right away. Here is D-Tank making their way back on foot. Flush on that Hella. Going to be facing off against Hella Hater because that first point is already active before I was even finished with the intros. Cookout have smashed through this first point. And they're still going. They're not even slowing down. They are literally just running at them. He hasn't even stopped forward momentum yet. Okay, finally, takes one step backwards. D-Tank, after running all the way to the second point, has finally stopped running forwards. They take a little bit of damage. 12 is already down. The card is slowly catching up to them. But they finally found the position where they wish to make their stand. D-Tank doing the work here. Flush takes out Flux. Hella Hater. Trying to find that angle to get onto Flush here. Here's a good damage. Hunter's Sight trying to take out Magneto if they can. As Galaxy Love started on that Storm, has swapped to Magneto for GOIDATEAM. But there's the dive coming back. We're finally getting a bit of a turnaround from GOIDATEAM as they take out most of the members of Ox Cookout. Botty goes down, so no revive going to be coming in. Flux, the only one left near the cart at all. But they're going to be wiped off the board here. And you see the counter push coming out from GOIDATEAM. This is an extremely aggressive game. Portal is currently coming out from the tank. No, they weren't portaling. They were just waiting for the rest of the team. My mistake. I thought they were going to try and portal past them. Hi, Wolverine! Diving in from the side. 12 trying to take him out, but getting forced off the point. Dropped incredibly low, but able to stay standing. Ritazar off to the side. Meteor M into the back line, but it's tagged through. Fate of both worlds from GOIDATEAM. Coming forward as they're going in for the counter push. Good damage output. Here comes the Karmic Revival for Botty Fish, bringing the team back. Eye of Agamotto from Ritu, pushing through, taking out Hellahate, Queenie, and D-Tag. They lose 12, but the entire team goes down, several of them twice. Botty Fish revives Flux, revives themselves with the extra cocoon, but they are immediately taken out. That was so many eliminations. Just in that one fight due to everyone being revived, but GOIDATEAM basically wiped them twice. Getting some good poke going here. GOIDATEAM are finally locked in. They were struggling up to that first point, but they're really in control now. Great isolation onto D-Tag, but Flush down to the low ground will get their way back up. Trying to focus. Eye of Agamotto stuns out to Ritu and Tapith. Trying to make their way through. Take out D-Tag. And Uggs really have just been halted at this second point here, about halfway, making no momentum at all. Getting a little bit of pressure. You see 12 waiting in that doorway. The second someone steps through, they are going to attempt to be isolated by that Wolverine. Not able to find it though, forced to back up. And a little bit of position will be taken by Uggs Cookout here. They're finally able to step up and make their way onto that position once again and get back to their cart. But the wall stands before them. You can still see 12 up there, waiting for their opportunity to try and find someone. Meteor M coming out, Hunter's sight for Hellahate, trying to get onto that backline. Has yet to find Flush. Here's some good damage. Karmic Revival coming in again from Bodyfish, but they are taken down again. Now the team, all they can really do is fight inside that Karmic Revival if they want some value out of it, but they're doing a lot better this time. They've lost 2, but they've taken out 3 as they push on through. Down goes Tapit and Flush, and finally Uggs Cookout get the cleanup and are able to push on through. Portal directly above. Here comes the Eye of Agamotto, but the Goddess of Death from Flux trying to turn this round. Flush has theirs available as well, but is holding onto it for the moment as Flux being forced to back up, swapping to that Hella a little bit later on. Flush goes down as well. The Hellas going down almost in unison. They're eliminated there. Wolverine tries to get onto Hella Hater, but not able to find those final hits. Tanking through. This is still GOIDATEAM after getting wiped. They still hold before that second point with 50 seconds left. They are in a great position to try and close this out, cutting off the closest flank point. If they cut them off here, the enemy team has to at least run past in order to get to other entrance points. And this is exactly what we're seeing here. A little bit of damage being taken by Uggs Cookout as they try to make their way around this flank side. But the flank is much more open. They have a better angle, meaning they may be able to try and push through without getting zoned away so hard by that Magneto Strange combo. Flush down once again. Hunter's sight for Hella Hater as they try to push on through. 12 trying to find someone on the back line, but the shields are a bit too much for them to get their big target. They find D-Tag, but the damage output is not enough to deal with the tag. Eye of Agamotto comes out from D-Tag, locks them down, but the team is tagging through. Back to the Fate of Both Worlds from Nanako, but Taffy is going to be taken out. Fate of Both Worlds expires. Galaxy goes down. 12 is getting eliminated, barely standing as Flush took to the sky, but they've got nothing left. Forced to back away, just trying not to get picked off by Hella Hater, who has already taken down 2, taking out Ritu. And grabbing Nanako on the side as well. That is overtime on that tier 2, but they're still going to try and contest it. Galaxy Love making their way in. Astral Flock, getting them that little bit of an escape. Good flank onto Fish Finger, but they're trying to focus onto those healers. Take out the strategist, and the enemy team will not be able to tank through, but here comes Flux into the sky with the Goddess of Death, trying to zone out those front lines. 12 just charging through it, finds Fish Finger, gets the isolation. Flux forced to back out, dropped incredibly low, but a snipe onto 12 by Flux. I have Agamotto. This could be the turn, but the shielding characters tank on through, but they're still holding them. If they get the wipe, then this is going to be an insane defense by GOIDATEAM. As they push on up, Flush is down. They do not have their Hela, Vader both worlds to buy them that little bit of extra tankiness. It stuns out onto the Mantis, but the Mantis is being protected by Ritu and that Doctor Strange and Nanako. Once again with that Vader both worlds tanking through, they force them back. Fish Fingers off the point, and that is going to be GOIDATEAM holding them at 1 point. 126 meters. Unk's Cookout just short of point number 2. Now they need to utilize their own defenses. How do they swap up this team? How do they switch it up? Sticking with the Hela and the Hawkeye here. But Bottyfish moving off of the Adam Warlock and onto Loki. That regeneration domain giving them great protection in terms of static defense that they can use to stand in and try to hold points that way, especially with sticking with these two fairly passive movement-wise frontliners, these Vanguards, D-Tank on that Doctor Strange and Fish Finger playing the Magneto. Gives them a bit more static defense-wise. And, of course, there is the team-up with the Hela Flux. If we have a look at the last hits, at the eliminations there, they are third highest in the game in terms of those last hits eliminations, meaning that there is a solid chance that Bottyfish will get revived when we head into these team fights, if they do get taken out at all here. Top currently healing is Nanako, and by a lot, 28k. Dominating this healing output right now. 35k damage blocked by Ritu, doing a great job as they make their way in. Galaxy Love onto a Hawkeye of their own here. GOIDATEAM matching the composition for Unk's Cookout, but sticking with 12 on that Wolverine, giving up on their Magneto. They are going triple damage. But that is a tank buster, is that Wolverine. With 2 tanks on the enemy team, there's a chance they can make the most out of this. As D-Tank is already taken down, Fish Finger's taken down. The front line has been eliminated right off the bat here as we're starting to see GOIDATEAM push on through. Unk's Cookout are in full retreat right now as they're in serious trouble. Bottyfish goes down. Portal is available, but they're just going to have to let that go. Flux in full retreat here. First point going to be taken by GOIDATEAM. Matching their opponent's ability to just smash through that first point, but can Unk's Cookout match GOIDATEAM's ability to hold at that tier 2? That's where the difference comes in. 12 barely getting out of there, barely getting out of there. Almost got Achilles on the way out there. Flush taken down by Hela Hater. Yay! We got it. We got the matchup. 12 getting the isolation taken out though by Hela Hater, and Flux with the assist onto Ritu. And yeah, Unk's Cookout currently doing a... Oh, they got him again! Hela Hater gets him again! They only just got back from spawn. And we are in fact seeing the match of Unk's Cookout, their ability to hold back GOIDATEAM at this second point, playing much further forward. GOIDATEAM were pushed back way further by Unk's Cookout when they got their push through this entrance here. Trying to get up to 12 once again. The shields from Strange. Not enough to burn through. Flux backing out as the charge comes through, utilizing Queenie Sin with that healing Meteor M for Fish Finger, but not able to get onto that backline. I have Agamotto from Ritu, gets onto the backline, but it's only really onto the Hawkeye, who is protected with the pickup by 12. Trying to attack through. Last stand for Wolverine, diving in. Gets some good DPS. Last flush to pick up the KO, but Fish Finger takes out 12. And once again, the push has been halted. Flush takes out Flux. Pre-nerf Hella. Doing crazy damage numbers. Astral Flock into the open so they can get the Goddess of Death for a little bit of extra tankiness, but it will be blocked by D-Tank. But they're giving time. Now their team might be able to rotate in and get in there to try and help them escape. Dropping low. They've got the healing, though, getting out. But Ritu gets eliminated for them here. Sorry about that pause. I accidentally hit space myself. I need to unbind that. I need to change the binding for pause is what I need to do. Flush getting dropped, getting some good damage onto Flush, but not enough to get the finishing blows here. God, the tracking on these console players is so good. It's a little more challenging, of course, than a keyboard and mouse, and yet they're doing it just as well. The skill level is crazy to see. There's the regeneration domain from Loki trying to keep the team upright. Good sleep came in there from the Mantis to buy a little bit of extra time. Card being held at this point. There's an Eye of Agamotto, 3-man stun. Meteor M not able to find any targets. Holding through Botty Fish. Gonna be copying Hawkeye. Might not have been their intended target, but if they can get some pickups here, that might be the perfect choice. Trying to burn through, trying to melt through that front line. If they can get anyone here, this could be big, but they're not finding any finishing blows. Trying to get the healing onto the rest of the team. Regeneration domain comes out to keep them topped up. No one going down in this fight at all here as Flux took to the sky. Even they're not able to find anything. Even with that regeneration domain, 12, who has barely any hit points remaining, is going for one more wraparound. Got that Lunar Snow healing. Trying to find someone to isolate as they dive through once again with the Mantis healing. Tap. Healing the team as best they can, and they find it. They get the triple, and the cart is moving. Who can make it to the point? D-Tank. Do they have Portal? If they do, their team has a chance. They've got to go through right now because that card is making its way. They can't make it in time. 3, 2, 1. A game of microseconds there. As GOIDATEAM are able to push on through, hit that second point, and take game number 1 in this best of 5. Nanako with the MVP there. 48,000 healing. A little bit under double anyone else in this game. Just putting on a clinic there. Very nicely done. Top damage blocked. Ritu keeping up, as we said before. We showed that they were ahead at the start. They kept it going. 50,000. 53,000 to be more precise. Top damage. 24k by Flux, followed by 21k by Hella Hater. But while they were able to get damage and get crazy pickups, they weren't able to deal with the aggression here. Going a pseudo-triple frontline with that Wolverine as the second damage dealer, with Magneto to keep them alive. It's a similar strategy to what we've seen in some of the other tournaments as well, where you can just keep that protection going and push in as aggressively as you can. When you have one ultimate for the strategist, you can dive in and try and set yourself up for a quick snowball over your opponents, especially when they're not running something like a Lunar Snow. Very interesting. That's game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get us set up for game number 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a moment. is time for map number 2 of potentially 5. Yggdrasil Path-Convoy will be our second game here. Ung's Cookout batting out that Bruce banner once again. GOIDATEAM, they are awake, they're here. Taking away the Hawkeye. Hella Hater putting on quite the performance last game, even though they did not win. It's enough for GOIDATEAM to bat it away. That is a Venom going to get removed here. Deciding that their no ban strategy is no longer viable. It is Ung's Cookout on attack first, by the way. GOIDATEAM will be playing defense first. Magneto gonna get secured a second time. Was very effective for them, so not too surprising. Fishfinger keeping 12 alive. Sorry, I got the wrong team there. 12 is currently hovering Spider-Man, but Fishfinger keeping the rest of their team alive. Hella gonna get removed. Flux and Flush both hovering it, but deciding against it. Interesting. Okay, so we're seeing Galaxy back onto that Magneto, and we're going double ranged this time for GOIDATEAM. Getting quite a lot of swap arounds here. There we go. Finally locking in. Star-Lord Psylocke. Scarlet Witch. Now, Scarlet Witch does do some percentage damage, so can be a little bit of a tank buster, but has seen very little use. Scarlet Witch is very strong at, like, closing down engagement angles. She can be used as a team-up for the Magneto when you're doing a portal rollout. She can cut off very tight enclosed hallways with that extra stun. Little bit of percentage damage, but has to be quite close. And of course, her ultimate, the Reality Erasure, is one of the best in the game. But it's still a very risky pick here. We just do not see her because she has to be so close in order to get a big chunk of her damage output. On the counter, on the other side, another character we don't see too often, Hella Hater, bringing out the Squirrel Girl. The console games seem to have a pretty flexible hero pool that we've seen fairly often throughout this. Flux on that Black Panther as well, giving them a little bit of melee. Hella Hater making the most of that AoE damage, getting flanked pretty quickly by Flush, who is annihilated, and GOIDATEAM are getting pushed in. Ung's Cookout making the most of exactly what happened last time and are snowballing this initial engage as hard as they can. 12 currently behind the rest of their teams. Got a pretty good range here. Finds Fishfinger. Trying to get onto Flush, who is deep in their backline. Sorry, Flux. The name's very similar, okay? I'm trying my best, baby. A little bit of focus. Little bit of a dive. Flux barely able to stay up right there, but it's tanking through very nicely. Here comes the Squirrel Stampede. 12 tanking through it thanks to the extra protection from Tap as they push on through. And this is working. The Scarlet Witch is currently working. Look at that melt there we just saw. That is multiple people targeting one Magneto, and Fishfinger having a bad time. There is Flux on that Black Panther, forced to back up. Hella Hater still continuing just to try and siege in as best as they can. At the time this tournament game was played, this would have been a brand new skin as well, so not only bringing it out in the semi-finals, but with some style points as well. Galaxy Love sends out the Meteor M, but everyone is tanking through. Once again, not going down. Flush is the first going to fall in this game at the fate of both worlds. Keeping Ung's Cookout standing, but they can't break through. There's multiple tank frontline. 12 wants to get out of there. There comes the beautiful Eye of Agamotto, and they're melting through everyone who is left. And GOIDATEAM, this defense is crazy good right now. What are you up to? What is the plan here? Are you just scouting? Is this a Scarlet Witch play? It's a Scarlet Witch play! Chaos! Boom! Only gets Bodyfish though. The shield blocks it, but they retreat back through the portal. I love the ambition. Even though it didn't work, they've still got a flank that has been completely ignored right now. Flush getting so much damage there. Vader both worlds onto their backline. Here comes the Dance and the Butterfly as they melt through the members of Onk's Cookout. Flush backing out, getting the healing. Hella hater. Sieging from downrange. Continuing to try and maximize that AoE. They have the Squirrel Stampede. This could be what they need. Meteor M from Fish Finger. They're burning the ultimates. Gonna try and get everything they can. They picked up 2. Here comes Meteor M from Galaxy. But Galaxy getting focused down. Will get picked up. They find no one on the other side. And it looks like finally Onk's Cookout have been able to break the front line. And GOIDATEAM will be forced to tank through another point. As that point is closing in. Trying to make it forward though. They're actually going to try and hold this. 12. Gonna touch the point. D-Tag from the top rope coming in with the Eye of Agamotto. Stuns out. But it's the counter stun there. D-Tag stuns out 3 members of GOIDATEAM who were trying to hold there, getting a great pickup. There's the Fate of both worlds, preventing 12 from getting any damage value here, but they still take out D-Tag. Bodyfish is taken out as well. Galaxy Love at 12 will be falling, and the numbers of GOIDATEAM just aren't there. And Onk's Cookout are able to push on in. They will acquire that first point and begin their way onto the second. No swap arounds yet. We're sticking with the same stuff. Although Flux, there we go, swapping off of the Black Panther and onto the Winter Soldier. Now that they've broken that first point, now they want to try and break the defense without diving it. Now they want to break it by splitting it. Separate the team, isolate individual members, and then snowball your way to victory. Flush is down. Exactly like that. Eye of Agamotto is attempted, sent onto the sent to the full cooldown. The bionic hook into the headshots was perfect there. Flux here in play, giving their team the space as they are starting to snowball here. Meteor M into the high ground, blocked by D-Tag. Queenie Sin goes down to Flush though with the Dance and the Butterfly. Galaxy trying to hold, trying to protect, buying time for the team as Tap goes down. Onk's Cookout 2-2 right now, make it 2-3. 12 getting a little bit of high ground pressure. They have that reality erasure, but they do not want to be burning it without someone there to be the distraction. A little bit of damage, quickly healed up. Portal coming out from D-Tag. For potentially an Eye of Agamotto play, blocked by the shield, finds absolutely no one there. The attempt was made, very ambitious. Squirrel Stampede comes out, getting some good damage here. 2 members of GOIDATEAM have fallen while D-Tag's ult did not find the target. They have been able to find the eliminations as they push on through. 12 drop the reality erasure, and they have found very little from it as Onk's Cookout push on through. Hitting that second point, looking for number 3 if they can. The Bionic Hook maybe found a couple too many members there, but they're still trying to break through. They've lost that Winter Soldier, but they're trying to just break that Magneto, but they can't do it. Healing output, little too much here. Forced to back up. Bodyfish. Bringing in the Dance and the Butterfly on that God of Mischief clone. Will get taken out though, not able to get the maximum value. Tap. DPSing on Mantis, which you're absolutely able to do. Mantis DPS is nothing to joke about. Meteor M tries to get around the Doctor Strange, but finds nothing as once again Queenie Sin off of the Mantis now onto that Lunar Snow is keeping the team topped up and is even able to find the pickup here. Flux dropping low. Bionic Hook back off cooldown. good damage, incredibly good damage onto 12, who's dropped so low right off the bat here. Now, when is Flux going to try and isolate someone? There it is! Onto 12! Incredible hooks there! Flux is breaking his defense. Tainted shot coming in. Kraken impact onto the backline, but not finding anyone who was touched by the Kraken impact. So there is no, again, Ivagamoto onto the backline, so they have to go back and protect their team, but they're tagging through. Regeneration domain. Only Queenie Sin goes down. Here comes the dance and the butterfly from Flush to try and clean out these attackers, to give their team a little bit more space, to take out Bodyfish on the backline, to give them the opportunity to turn this round. 12 or has the reality erasure. This could be their chance to hold with 5 seconds left. It might be worth just dropping it, but they're going to try and portal it. They don't need to. They send out the pure chaos. 2 points. 101 meters is what will be needed to close this out. The fact that 12 just used their reality erasure implies that I think they're going to swap off of the Scarlet Witch. Yep, there we go. To be fair, that wasn't the worst. They got some good damage output. They did their job. They had some good protection from their team. Currently a triple damage dealer composition for the side of GOIDATEAM for the attack. Going with a single tank. Galaxy Love being the flexible player here. Damage or that extra tank.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
There's a chance they will, of course, just swap off before the door opens. Oh, a little bit of a team huddle there. Nice to see. Making sure, oh, almost everyone is there. Galaxy not showing up to the team huddle. I want to hear me in this voice chat so bad. I want to hear what's being said. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right. Defensive positions, we're sticking with that squirrel girl. No changes at all for Unk's Cookout. Exactly the same. But the triple damage solo front line for GOIDATEAM to try and just run over their opponents. Hella hater. Sending out those squirrels. Trying to maximize damage output. Getting some pretty good damage. We're sticking on Squirrel Girl a little bit more than we normally otherwise, because we just don't get to see her very often. Good lockdown, and we are rewarded. Beautifully done here. Flush getting dropped low, forced to get out of there with the size stealth. Galaxy Love on this Namor. Currently the only one really left on this frontline push. Not able to find too much here, but their team will be rejoining them. Trying to break through that front line. Trying to get that extra push in. Horde of Proteus onto the back line, but it's mostly protected and absorbed. Fate of both worlds, allowing Unk's Cookout to tank through this. But with those triple damage dealers, are they going to be able to burn through? Pushing forward, D-Tank is playing aggressively, trying to just make sure that they can get onto this card. Keep the pressure on. Bodyfish getting targeted here by Galaxy Love. 12 with the Galactic Legend. Basically no health left, but the Lunar Snow healing keeps them standing as they burst through Unk's Cookout. It's exactly what we were talking about there. They are able to use that triple damage to just snowball through Unk's Cookout. Now, how do Unk's Cookout react to this? How do they deal with an enemy that is just throwing damage at the wall? A lot of damage from those element blasters from the Star-Lord, getting a pretty good angle. Dance of the Butterfly off cooldown. Fish Finger with the Meteor M at the ready. Can absorb a lot of these damage dealer abilities. Hella hater. Squirrel Stampede coming out. Gonna try and cut off this entire engage angle here. Squirrel's bouncing away. Flag off to the side, but Flush is taken out by Flux. Flux finding a great angle there. Pushing forward. Bionic Hook at the ready, pushing forward. Meteor M came down, found no one, trying to get the turnaround, but they're picked off immediately. Counter Meteor M number 2 finds the target. There comes the Eye of Agamotto from Ritu, but stuns out no one. Queen Sin. Queenie Sin able to get some really good healing out there with the Fate of Both Worlds. Tagging through as Unk's Cookout will hold at point number 2 for now. 3 minutes, 35 to go. D-Tech protecting the team. Keeping the pressure on. Trading some of the aggro there. Galactic Legend coming down. Regeneration domain, but Magneto not going to be standing in. This is the Butterfly Dance coming in as well. Going for both damaging abilities, and it works out, taking out 3, looking for 4 as the car is moving forward. This is another aggressive play. Just going to let that push in. Ritu closing down that front line, trying to zone everybody away. But that is a small choke point with Squirrel Girl raining in shots, trying to get some damage, and also they can easily get pulled in by Winter Soldier. Eye of Agamotto comes out, stuns onto the backline, flush and tap. Here comes Flux, getting a good crack and impact there. But where's the follow-up? Where's the pickup? They don't get a reset here. They can't find the finishing blow. Hella Hater dropping everything they can. Squirrel Stampede trying to get onto that Star-Lord, but they just can't find it. Down they go. And with these 2 basically invincibility ultimates, with the Soul Rejuvenation and the Fate of Both Worlds coming in, GOIDATEAM, they're legitimately just ignoring the entire concept of running that second tank. They're just waiting until they have these ultimates and they're going in. Every time they do, they're winning. Hella Hater has swapped onto the Namor, giving them a little bit of static defense this time. See the health bars dropping low. Galactic Legend 12 taken out super fast though. Meteor Emma to the backline. Queenie Sin able to find the pickup there. Bodyfish with the clone onto the Fate of Both Worlds, keeping their team tagging through so they have the defensive position, trying to get their way to push back the members of GOIDATEAM, and they are succeeding, but that ultimate will expire shortly. Horde of Proteus onto the front line. Stuns out 2, Flux and Queenie Sin, but they're tagging through. They have no ultimates available, whereas GOIDATEAM, they have several. But Ritu is taken out, 12 is taken out, Tap is going down, and it's going to be Unk's Cookout pushing them back once again with 2 minutes 30 to go. That is actually going to be a pickup for Galaxy Love. Their Frozen Spawn able to find an isolation and finish off D-Tag. A little bit of damage. Bodyfish desperately trying to keep their team healed up, but look at this once again. GOIDATEAM, they have 3. They have those big healing ultimates, and this is what they've been trying to do. Rush on in, get the healing. Counter with the Fate of Both Worlds from Queenie Sin as Ritu is holding on to that Eye of Agamotto. D-Tech about to have theirs. Soul Resurgence expires, which means another Fate of Both Worlds from Nanako is just around the corner, but Flush already going down. Now they're finding a person down. They may wait for this big team fight, but no, Eye of Agamotto says we're going in right now. Gets the double, make it triple, quadruple. Ritu finds the angle. They're going to try and close off, block off the spawn, and push in all the rest of the way here. Portals come out, cart moves in, no one can stop them. GOIDATEAM closing that out beautifully. Not even needing that Fate of Both Worlds, just holding on till the last second. Seeing that the enemy team had used their protective abilities, knowing even though they're a person down, that's a big group of enemies, and that if they land that Eye of Agamotto, there is enough AoE left in that team to get the blow up. GOIDATEAM with the triple damage composition, they push on through and put themselves 2-0 up in this best of 5, taking them to match point in map number 3. 16 final hits for 12, 14 for Flush, 15 for Hella Hater. Top damage. Galaxy Love actually sniping that top damage spot. Getting about 3k on Hella Hater. Top damage blocked, 56k by D-Tank, but it's only a little bit ahead of Ritu. 51k for them. And top healing, Queenie Sin, who also got 5 eliminations of their own, overtaking their contemporary Nanako with 37k. Very cool. A close match. Despite the score, it is quite close. But GOIDATEAM, their timing of their ultimates and their pushes seems very well thought out and very strategic. They're making it work. Can they make it work one more time as we are heading to match point, map number 3 in this semi-final for Marvel Rivals Championship Europe for console.
Got a switch in my head, I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red, now I'm becoming a threat. I fucking heard what you said, I'll make you have some regrets. And no, I never forget, so now you have a few debts. That shit, it needs to be paid with blood or some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear, I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here, the sound of deafening fear.
And we are heading into map number 3. Symbiotic Surface will be potentially the last map of this series unless Unk's Cookout can pull off the reverse sweep. Lunar Snow has been banned out. Both teams used it, but it's Queenie Sin choosing to give up their own Lunar Snow to take it away from Nanako. Hawkeye is also removed after game number 1 by GOIDATEAM. And we're going to see Bruce Banner, this time getting protected. As is Hella. Hella Hater will be seething in the chat. Dr. Strange taken out with Bruce Banner on the board. They removed the Strange, removed that radioactive maelstrom. But that does leave Iron Man at the ready if either of these teams are prepared to bust it out. But with Hella on the board, a little bit risky. That hit scan can get very good value against those flying heroes. And Loki taken away again. Bodyfish has been causing problems. We're going full Star-Lord composition for GOIDATEAM here. With the Adam Warlock team up here. Very popular in the NAPC scene. Is seen in other regions as well, but it's there where it really seemed to get some grounding, as did Venom. Tap, considering a swap around, but I honestly just don't hate this. This is just solid. Gonna be heading in. Defense for GOIDATEAM. What is their final pickup here? Ritu has gone for Magneto. Galaxy Love has always been the most unpredictable person on this team.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
There is that Incredible Hulk. It will make its way in. No team-ups with this, but it's still going to be quite strong. We will see a team-up for Unk's Cookout, but with no Hulk, they are bringing out Bodyfish on the Rocket Raccoon. Now, the question is this going to stay here to give that group that extra health pool? That little 150 extra health to keep them standing? Or is this a rollout strat with the Rocket's Packed Lunch? It is the upgraded Rocket's Packed Lunch. Shields for the team. Bubbles to speed everyone out. No, they're not going for bubbles. They're just running Jeff. Usually you drop the healing bubbles to speed boost your team out of base and then swap to someone like a Lunar Snow or a Mantis, someone who moves fast to make your way in. But they are just bringing Jeff today. Let's actually go. We love the flexibility. This is the semi-finals. The upper bracket semi-finals and the hero pools are so varied. These games are awesome. I'm having such a good time. Sending the damage down range. Unk's Cookout. They do get the team up bonus onto the Groot there, still getting them that extra health, but with Jeff instead of Rocket. Good lockdown by Hella Hater, landing some very lovely shots here. Nanako, Cosmic Cluster. Trying to find Flush, dropped a little low. Sticking mostly with Cosmic Clusters here, not going for the auto attack cancels. The damage output from that Cosmic Cluster can be very, very high. Nice cancel at the end there. There comes the Jeff. It's Jeff. Finding no one. The lovely use of Galaxy, bringing out that Hulk shield, which actually protects you from crowd control, preventing anyone from grabbing that Groot. Squirrel Stampede coming out. Grabbing that Groot, completely the wrong team again, Chris, as Galaxy just sent to the high ground to avoid those squirrels. Good team. Holding for now as Uggs Cookout. 2 minutes 13 to try and claim this first point. Healing output from Nanako. You see that Cosmic Cluster wiping out a huge chunk of D-Tank's health. Finding no one that time. Galactic Legend coming out from 12. Gets slept by Mantis. Still going in, but gets eaten by the Soldier's Fist from Hella Hater. Hulk Smash coming out from Galaxy Love. Giving them the opportunity to try and dive deep, which they're going to do. They're going to try and charge back and force Uggs Cookout back to their spawn as Queenie's going to take it out by Flush. Hella Hater off to the side, trying to find the right angle. Bodyfish swapping off of the Jeff has brought out the Adam Warlock of their own now. That little bit of extra protection. There goes Flux into the air with the Goddess of Death. Soul Resurgence coming out, allowing them to tank through this. Tapper healing their team up beautifully here. Tanking through. D-Tank with the straggling Prism, trying to dive past, trying to get onto that Magneto, but tanking through. Meteor M trying to find a target. Gets a big hit onto Flux and Queenie. Is it going to be enough? GOIDATEAM holding with 2 members down on the enemy team. 12 reviving thanks to the Cocoon. Here comes the Karmic Revival. Everyone's already alive though. Flush dropping low. If Flush goes down, Galaxy Love goes down, gets revived. So the value does come out. They will get taken out at the end there. Bodyfish did their revive as well, but the numbers are still barely in favor of GOIDATEAM as Uggs Cookout is trying to push their way through here. Hella Hunter on their way from spawn. D-Tag forced off the point, 26 seconds left. Trying to push in. The Hulk, perfect timing there for Galaxy Love, diving forward, pushing them back. Trying to make some space. 11 seconds left. Uggs Cookout. They gotta get on the point or they are in for the defense of their absolute lives when this round swaps over. Coming in, 12 with the Galactic Legend into the air. Here comes the Soul Resurgence from Queenie to buy some time. Hella Hater takes out Flush as GOIDATEAM are trying to hold. Uggs Cookout pushing forward, giving everything they can, tagging through. Blaster Mirage to push on through. There's no ultimates left for anyone here. Down goes 12, but they have that Adam Warlock team up there holding it on the overtime as they try to push on, learning to take out the Groot, but Karmic Revival from Bodyfish, but down they go. They don't get the revive. Queenie is down. There's nowhere for them to put their body to get the revives. It's too late.
The current score is 0.
0% capture progress, 0 points. GOIDATEAM can end this here and now if they are able to capture 1/3 of this first objective. How do they choose to do it? That comp worked pretty well on defense. Are there any adjustments for when it's time to attack? Uggs Cookout, they are adjusting. They're bringing out D-Tag with the Penny Parker. Very interesting. This could seriously punish someone like the Hulk, who's trying to dive onto points. If there's a load of arachnomines there, could get some really good value. GOIDATEAM, sticking the same. Bodyfish not doing a rollout strat here because otherwise they'd have thrown it in base. Unless they plan on running all the way back to base or off the side of the map, they are planning on running this rocket the whole way. This is going to give the infinite ammo to Queenie Sin. Hella hater on the Mantis, swapping their players around here. Queenie Sin, who's been landing these insane headshots with the Lunar Snow. They are now trying out the Winter Soldier as their closing pick here. The trust has been placed. Let's see what they can do. Galaxy Love pressuring out. Rolling out with the Bruce Banner instead of the Incredible Hulk. Now, this is usually a pretty bad idea because you are going to give your opponents the chance to charge up ultimates on you. But you can get a little bit of long-range damage. You also miss out on your own ult charge doing this. It's a little bit risky. Nice bionic pull onto Galaxy Love as they are getting focused down here. D-Tank. They have already, by the looks of it, lost their bionic spider spawner. Taking a lot of damage. They don't have their web underneath them. Being forced to step up to get that healing. Being forced back, taking a lot of damage. The healing output is there, but they're being forced off the point. Who is left? Bodyfish drops the Seer. Fish Finger is down. It's a full team wipe, and that is gonna be it. GOIDATEAM smashing through that point. They are going to take this map and the series in a 3-0. Tap getting MVP there. The healing output from that Mantis was huge there. 14k healing, just a little bit behind Bodyfish, who actually was able to top up the board with 15k. Very nicely done. Damage blocked, 20k. For D-Tank, still holding as best they can, doing work for their team. And damage done, only barely being pipped off by Flush. With 10k at the end there. Very low elimination game because those rounds were pretty short here. But you can still see that the numbers are going in favor of Goida. Now, Uggs Cookout, not out yet. They're going to be able to head down to that lower bracket and try and keep their run alive. They can make their way through to the grand finals that way. But they are on their last chance now. There is no more forgiveness, no more buffers. If they lose again, they are eliminated. Whereas Goida, all they have to do is to win one more series. One best of 5. And they are in the grand finals. One more game. As for Uggs Cookout, they have to win the next lower bracket game. Then the lower bracket semi-finals, basically. Then the lower bracket final, all to get their chance to make their way into that final position. That grand final. To get their chance again against Goida, potentially, or against one of the other teams that has made their way through at this stage. Goida, congratulations. A strong, strong performance, but we have seen moments of brilliance for Uggs Cookout. I'm excited to cast them in their next games. But for now, everybody, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed today's games. The console games are heating up. The hero pools are widening as the finals are approaching. We are getting prepared for this. After this, it will be Asia, by the way, and then North America will be how I close out the order this time. So basically the reverse order of what I did for the PC games. So, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you're enjoying these casts so far, leave a comment telling me bits you like, bits you don't like. I've been trying to get better with my observing because I do literally everything over here. So if you hated the observing, let me know. But I hope you have enjoyed either way. I hope you can at least enjoy the casting. Again, I do this completely independent for now, fingers crossed. So the only support I really get from this is y'all's ad money from watching the ads in between the games. And any of you with YouTube Premium, of course, that also helps. And if anyone wants to become a member, you can become a member and get the videos a day early. So, when available, of course. There are some situations where if I have to go out of town, then I'm not going to be able to do that, obviously, but I'm still trying my best. Also, in real time, this time, I got a reply from a team, I won't say which one, saying they may be interested in an interview. So stay tuned for that. Gonna try and get that out as we get ready to continue these console games as we get warmed up for Season 1. Thank you all for watching. I've been Tetcher, and I'll see you all next time.